Hi everybody, I hope you're all well. My name is Alex, and in this lesson we're going to talk all about small talk and give you lots of tips and useful language that you can use when making small talk during conversations, when you're meeting people. But what exactly is small talk? Well, small talk is polite conversation that we have in social situations. Things that we might talk about when we meet someone new, or if we're at a party, or if somebody new joins your office. But what kinds of things can we talk about when making small talk? Because you can't talk about anything. There are certain rules about what is appropriate, what is okay, and what is not okay to talk about. So, have a look at this list of topics. Which ones do you think are okay to talk about when you meet someone for the first time? And which ones do you think are not okay to talk about? Pause the video and take a moment to read through and decide which ones are okay to talk about when you meet for the first time, which ones are not okay. Okay, let's now see what you think. Let's start with the topics which are okay to talk about when making small talk. So these kinds of things, your hobbies, your family, the weather. We love talking about the weather in England. Holidays, food, your job, sports, music, TV and film. These are all great topics for making small talk. The others, however, age, health, politics, relationships, religion and money, these topics are too personal to talk about. So try to avoid talking about these topics whenever possible. Let's find out more about small talk now by watching a short video. Now in the video, communications expert Chia Swan Chong talks all about small talk. As you watch, try to answer the questions. Why does the video say small talk is important? What type of questions should you be asking when making small talk, and why? And is it a good idea to talk about negative things when making small talk, do you think? So I'm going to switch off my video so you can watch the video without being distracted.
Small talk is polite conversation, usually about unimportant topics. When we meet someone we don't know very well, or when we meet someone we haven't seen for a long time, we can start our conversation by making small talk. Making small talk is an important social skill. It's a skill that helps us to get to know someone. It helps us connect to other people and build relationships. So, to help us with this important social skill, here are 4 tips for making small talk. 1. Talk about something you have in common. For example, if you meet someone at Maria's party, ask them how they know Maria, or talk about how good the food is at the party. If you can't think of something to say, look around you. There might be a beautiful painting or an interesting piece of furniture you can talk about. 2. Ask open questions. It's hard to make small talk with one-word answers. Ask open questions so that people give longer answers. So instead of asking, "Are you enjoying the party?" ask, "What do you think of the party?" Open questions often have question words like who, what, where, when, why, how. Use them and let your partner speak. 3. Listen carefully. Listen to the answers your partner gives you. From those answers, we can choose how we can continue the conversation. For example, you ask, "How do you know Maria?" And they say, "Oh, Maria and I were in the same English class in Malta many years ago. When I moved here to Sao Paulo, Maria really helped me." You now have a choice. You could talk about moving to Sao Paulo. Moving countries can be difficult. "I'm glad Maria helped you. How's life here in Sao Paulo?" Or you could continue talking about Maria. "Maria's such a kind person. She really helped me when I needed it too." 4. Keep it positive. Say good things about the party and the people you know. Don't use small talk to say bad things. People want to build relationships with positive people, not negative ones. So there you have it. Talk about something you have in common. Ask open questions. Listen carefully and keep it positive. TALK. Talk. So the next time you need to make small talk, remember the 4 tips in talk.
Okay. I'll give you a moment just to think about the answers to the questions. So let's go through those answers very quickly. So why is small talk important? Well, it's important because it's a skill that helps us to get to know someone, and it helps us to connect to other people and to build relationships. What kinds of questions should we ask? Well, in the video, Chia talks about asking open questions. Who, where, what, why, how, when. This is because when we ask open questions, it encourages people to give longer answers rather than just saying yes or no. And number 3, is it a good idea to talk about negative things? No, it is not a good idea to talk about negative things because people want to build relationships with positive people, not negative people. So in the video, Chia mentions the TALK, the talk framework for making small talk. Can you remember what talk stands for? Let's see if you do. So the T, what does the T stand for? Well, it stands for talk about something you have in common. If you can't think of something, look around you for ideas. A stands for ask about or ask open questions, starting with who, where, what, why, when, and how. The L was all about listening carefully, because by listening carefully, it can help you respond better to continue the conversation. And then the K was keep it positive. Say positive things, not negative things. So now that you know the do's and don'ts of making small talk, let's look at some sentence frames and expressions that you can use to help you next time you need to make small talk. So I'm going to read through the different expressions, and I would like you to repeat after me, trying to copy my intonation. Are you ready? Let's go. What do you think of the party? What do you think of the party? How do you know Maria? How do you know Maria? Do you also like video games? Do you also like video games? How's your week been? How's your week been? I haven't seen you in a while. Have you been on holiday? I haven't seen you in a while. Have you been on holiday? It's great to see you. How's the family? It's great to see you. How's the family? I hear that you're a designer. I hear that you're a designer. Maria told me that you like football. Maria told me that you like football. I've seen your photos. They're very good. I've seen your photos. They're very good. Okay, let's now put some of this language into practice. I'm going to show you 4 different situations, and I want you to think about what you could say to start a conversation with the people in each one. You can use the useful language to help you, or your own ideas. So I'm going to ask you to pause the video for a moment and have a think about how you would start a conversation in these different situations. So, for number 1, what did you say? Well, you could say something like, "Hi, I'm Alex. What do you think of the party?" Or, if you know whose party it is, for example, Pablo, you could say, "Hi, I'm Alex. How do you know Pablo?" Number 2, what did you have for this one? Well, for number 2, you could say something like, "Hi, I'm Alex. Are you new here?" Or, "I've not seen you before. Have you just started?" Number 3, you're walking in the street and you see an old friend you haven't seen for a long time. What would you say? Well, you might say something like, "Hi, Simon. I've not seen you for ages. How are you?" Or, "What have you been up to?" Or, "Where have you been?" And finally, for number 4, you might say something like, "Why do you think the teacher's late?" Or, "What do you think of the classes?" Or the teacher. So that brings us to the end of this lesson all about small talk. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson and now have some useful ideas and language to make small talk with people, wherever you might meet them. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.